Hey guys, it's Melanie. Happy Saturday. Welcome to my weekly home fragrance roundup. Today we're going to do the usual roundup of what I was burning and melting this week, and I'm going to toss in a little bit of a haul slash maybe first sniffs at the end of some homework stuff that has finally started arriving from QVC. I placed these orders several weeks ago, and it really does take QVC a long time to actually ship my stuff, and then B, for it to like travel across apparently all of America by like donkey. It takes forever for me to get stuff here in Oregon. So anyway, we'll talk about that at the end if you're interested in it, but let's get started with the home fragrance roundup. Got a pile of things in front of me. I'm upstairs today because I'm actually recording this on Saturday and my family's home, and currently they have rain up the downstairs. So in the interest of a more quiet situation, I'm filming up here. The sun is coming in and out of the clouds right now, and it could potentially get super bright at times. I'm sorry if the shine off my forehead, which is, by the way, not oil, not greasy, not oily, it's just the sun like bing, bouncing off. Okay, Nest. Okay, I love this scent, you guys. Nest candles, to me, are worth splurging on. I know that not everybody feels the same way, which is totally fine. But I love the packaging of Nest candles. The simplicity of their vessels really appeals to me. And I've always loved the color of the pumpkin chai candle. So I usually have one of these every fall. This is one of those very classic, very, I want to say generic, but please know I'm not using that word in a derogatory or negative way when trying to explain this candle, but it's just a very generic but beautiful, well done fall scent. And I feel like Nest has this way of just elevating fragrances to make them smell more sophisticated. So they've taken what is just kind of a very generic, like pumpkin spicy type of fall scent, but made it more fancy, which I love. I love fancy things. And everything about this I love. So this year I have it in the obviously 3-wick. The 3-wick does pump out a lot more fragrance. I do keep this in my entryway, and when I do, I always talk about my entryway being like the fragrance vortex in my house. The airflow there is so good that even candles that sometimes really struggle can get a good scent throw in that space. The strength might still be a little bit on the lighter end, but it will take any fragrance that is in the air and just kind of whooshes it around the downstairs of the house. So this one, being fairly strong on its own, having this 3-wick format, and then the scent kind of being on the stronger end of the spectrum, it does amazing in that space, and it's just a great way to greet guests. So this has a very distinct just pumpkin note. It's not pumpkin apple or anything like this. This very much has clove in it. I do get maybe a little bit of cardamom here as well. It's a sweet scent, but it's not like super sweet. Like it's not cloying at all. And it's just, if you think about the most sort of generic fall scent that you can think of, but then make it smell a little bit more fancy with the addition of like some fancier spices, like that's what this is. I always think it's worth getting one of these for the fall and even for the holidays. I think this is also a beautiful holiday scent, and I've just spent a lot of time on this, but anyway, love it. Another candle, no, I wasn't burning this. How did this end up in here? I think I need to take that downstairs. Another candle that I was burning this week for like mostly testing purposes. You'll see a review of this one next Sunday, but I've been burning the root candle in Christmas cookies. So Root Candle uses a beeswax blend, which is when you're burning it, it is going to leave a residue on the side of the jar. But I do love these honeycomb 3-wick candles that they have now. I think the presentation is very nice. It's very simple. I can also put these in a lot of my Bath & Body Works candle holders, which is kind of nice. The scent itself is just a very basic, like chilled sugar cookie dough, like from Pillsbury. That's what the scent mostly is. I'm not going to say too much about this because I do want to talk a little bit more in depth about some of my recent experiences with Root candles, because I feel like they have changed some things. So I'll save that for next week, but I have been burning that to review for you guys. I've also been burning these, and you'll see an in-depth review of both of these sets tomorrow, some candles from Voluspa. There was a four pack that was exclusive to Sephora that apparently already sold out, which is amazing. But it was like all like, it's like the Voluspa like pumpkin fall theme. Anyway, I really wish I could like post a link for you guys because it's a great set. I really love it, but it's sold out. I have a feeling it might come back. Let's cross our fingers for that because I think it's a great set. But anyway, within that, there's the cinnamon spice brulee, which is what I have here, and then there's 3 other candles, and then this 3-piece set of some vanilla-based scents is still available at Sephora, so I'll link that down below. But anyway, stay tuned tomorrow for the in-depth thoughts of all of the different scents. I said in that video that I didn't really buy this set, both of these sets, intending to get a lot of strength or fragrance through out of them because they're smaller candles. Like this is just a 1-wick tin. This is only 4 ounces here. These here are 2.5 ounces, and they're basically just votives. So you're not gonna get much strength from these, but what I wanted to do was to be able to smell them in person. I don't know of a lot of boutiques in my area that carry Voluspa, so for me, I kind of, when I buy, I just buy the way that, well, quite frankly, I buy a lot of my candles, which is sight or smell unseen, smell unsniffed. What? I don't know what I'm trying to say, but you know, you're just kind of guessing on whether you'll like the fragrance or not. So I thought this would just be a great way to try them. So I've been burning these this week, and they're definitely a great way to try the products for sure. So right now, burning downstairs, I have a coconut pumpkin from Bath & Body Works from either last year or the year before. And then I also have a vanilla bean from Homeworks. So those are the 2 candles that are currently going downstairs right now. I actually have been doing a lot of doubles of candles. So I also have another vanilla bean that is in my fancy lady living room. Now that one I don't have lit right now because I have the other 2 lit, but once I blow those out, I'll light up that vanilla bean. And then I also have a couple of the banana maple pancakes going downstairs as well. This one I took up from the dining room. So I have one of these in my dining room downstairs as well as the family room. So I kind of alternate between them. The Homeworks candles, and really most candles at this point, I don't like to leave them lit for more than like 3.5, 4 hours at the most. I just find that I get the best performance from my candles when I don't leave them lit for like hours and hours on end, because that's when you start noticing the sooting. That's when the wicks can get way too tall and they can fall into the wax. There's all sorts of issues that you can face when you burn your candles for long periods of time. Now that being said, there are some, like, we all know Yankees. Yankees need to be lit for at least 3 hours to even get a full wax pool going. So these are kind of an exception here. And I feel like any type of like paraffin wax is the exception to that rule, but I need to actually take this downstairs. This is the Yankee Tartan. I don't know. Anyway, I have a couple of these left. I was gonna burn one this year during September, and what the hell? Like, September is almost over. I don't know how that happened. Anyway, what do I have in my candle Crocks? A bunch of Bath & Body Works sugared snickerdoodle. I bought a ton of these dang sugared snickerdoodle candles last year. I went a little bit ham. And the thing is, I love the scent, it's delicious, but I just bought way too many and I'm really trying to whittle down my stash. So I'm really relying heavily on my candle crocks. If you don't know what a candle crock is, Candle Crock 101 explaining it. That video is gonna be linked down below per usual. And then I'll also link just a very generic candle crock that doesn't have a bunch of like inspirational quotes on it in the description box as well. But it's just a great way to get more life out of your candles or to get through your candles maybe a little bit faster, because you can have those candles in there for basically, I don't know, it just depends on whether you turn your crock off every night. I don't. So the way that I do it, any candle that is kind of halfway done or less typically goes into a crock for about 3 to 4 days. Now I leave the crock on 24 hours a day, so it's just continually releasing those fragrance oils because of the heat of the crock. Then I will turn it off, I let the wax harden, and then you are just left with basically scentless wax. There's a multitude of things you can do with that wax. I'll let you research that yourself. Typically, I clean the jars out and I toss it, but you can do lots of projects with it, so look into that if you're feeling kind of wasteful. Candles that I put in there when they are completely new, I will leave in for like 7 days because they just have a lot more fragrance to still release. And yeah, so my candle crocks are basically going all the time. I have 3 of them, so it's really allowing me to get through a lot of my like backup stash, and that makes me happy. As you guys know, I've been on a tear to really whittle down my candle collection. Problem is I'm still buying some here and there, and that's probably something that I should stop, but you know me, I'm not going to. Also, you are going to see an in-depth review of 3 of these candles from the company Otherland. They sent me 3 candles. They reached out several weeks ago and asked if I was interested in reviewing some of their candles. I said yes. I didn't know anything about the company, but I said yes because I was just kind of on their website and I really liked their aesthetic a lot. And I also like that they are a woman-owned company. And some of the scents just sounded really intriguing. So they sent me 3. One of them is their cardamom milk. The other is their dappled wood. And then the third is a fragrance called kindling, which basically smells like a hearth or like fireside type of scent. Very smoky. I've definitely been burning these. I am almost to the halfway point with the cardamom milk, which I think is maybe my favorite of the 3. And then not quite as far into the dappled wood. But this one's really nice too. They're very different. They are scents that maybe normally I wouldn't gravitate towards. So I kind of told them what I like and then just let them kind of pick what they thought would be best based on my love of things that are food related or more gourmand. So anyway, so far I'm really pleased with how these are burning and the strength for being a 1-wick candle, but stay tuned next week for more thoughts. In my Yankee Centerpieces, I've still been doing my beloved cranberry chutney. So I have a couple of centerpieces going downstairs and yep, cranberry chutney's in there. Love it. Let's do some Scentsy, guys. This week has been all about apples and oats still. Finished another one. So that one's going away. Apples and oats is delicious. I've mentioned that in previous weeks, so I feel like if I've already talked about a lot of these, I'm not going to spend time explaining the scents because you guys have already heard the spiel. But I did get a couple new ones because there was this like fall harvesty collection that was released, and in that was pumpkin tiramisu. Get out of here, this is delicious. Oh, it's so good. It smells like pumpkin tiramisu. It's really, really good. Well, I feel there's more pumpkin than probably tiramisu, but there is that kind of like coffee, cakey coffee note mixed in with the pumpkin and then like a sprinkling of the fall spices. Basically, it's just delicious. So I don't know if this is still available, but if you can get your hands on it, I really like this one a lot. A lot. Another one that I really liked is the Bright Cider Life, which I only have a couple cubes left of. This one's really nice if you like cider scents. So this is an interesting mix of a cider with a caramel note. It's a really fresh apple cider with the, you know, that kind of nice cinnamon clove base mixed with a caramel that is not overly sweet or like, you know, like cloying in any kind of way. I really like this one a lot. This should stay around forever and ever and ever. Breakfast in bed. You guys know of my love of breakfast in bed. Don't need to talk about that one. Winterberry Apple Tea. You guys have known for a while how I feel about this one. I think of this as the like fall and winter version of sweet plum pastry, which again is coming back for the next Bring Back My Bar. So I don't want to hear any complaints about, oh, I've never been able to smell it. Soon you can all have your very own bars of sweet plum pastry and you will see what I've been talking about all of these years. It's so good. I'm really glad it's back because I had taken it out of my club and then immediately regretted that. So now I can put it back in, which is good news for me. But yeah, Winterberry Apple Tea. This definitely has like a tea note to it, which obviously sweet plum pastry doesn't. But if you smell the two side by side, you can kind of see what I'm talking about in terms of that, like, they're not sisters. Well, I would say they're like really, really close cousins. Maybe not sisters, definitely not twins. Not really sisters, but definitely very close cousins, you know? Like how you have a cousin that you're like, I love you, you're the best cousin ever, and you spend all of your time together. Like that's what those two are. Pumpkin chai, also in that little collection. This little collection here I'm talking about. Pumpkin chai. So good. I really like pumpkin chai. Scentsy also has, I don't know if they have it right now, but they have a chai scent, and I feel like they kind of used that chai scent. What is it called? Winter chai, harvest chai, something chai. I have a bar of it. I should have brought it in here. But I feel like they used that as the base for this. Sorry, my like ankles are so sore from sitting cross-legged. They use that as the base. And then there's quite a bit of cinnamon in here, but it's not a heavy, like red hot cinnamon. It's more of like a gourmet cinnamon. It's nice. I really like this a lot. And then also honey pear cider. Love honey pear cider. I have this for my bedroom, which is nice. Okay, let's do, I don't know how long I've been going. Let's see. Oh wow, I've been filming for a long time. Okay, here's the thing. I'm not gonna go through all these because I only have like 8 minutes left before my camera is gonna shut me off, but I did want to talk about this particular set. What else did I get? I got 2 of my beloved country apple butters. So excited. 2 of my pecan pumpkin waffles. No. Oh, geez. Berry pumpkin waffles. There we go. What am I doing? And then cranberry pumpkin cake. That came back. Super excited that came back. So I got 1 of those as well. But let's talk about this set because I was so surprised when I first smelled these. And I'm going to have to do this fast, but you guys know reviews are coming. I picked up one of the winter like florals set. So I got this one with this colored glass. I'll link these down below. These are beautiful. I don't normally do florals, but these are florals with fruit. And when Harry does florals with fruit, I get excited because that makes me like florals a whole lot better. So this one came with Rosewood Plum, which is Rosewood, Black Plum, Cardamom, and Velvet Woods. So pretty. A lot of rose in that one, but a good rose. It's not old lady. It's not old lady at all. And then the second one is Blackberry Rose. I definitely have a favorite between the two, and it's this one. Oh, you guys, get out of here. It smells so good. The blackberry in this was the perfect addition for the rose. I am telling you, if you're not normally a floral person, take a chance on this particular set especially. So this is Turkish rose petals, blackberry, jasmine, and cedarwood. I don't know what he's talking about cedarwood here, but what I'm telling you is that this is a beautiful, sophisticated rose with a blackberry. It's sweet and feminine, but it's not headache inducing in any kind of way. I know rose causes headaches in a lot of people. This, I love it. And these jars, you guys, I'm totally gonna get cut off, but here, let me just show you the lid real quick. Look at that. Isn't it beautiful? Stop it. He came out with this like chevron type of glass last year, and I fell in love with it. And I just could not pass up, you guys know me with my mauves, my plums, my blushes, my pinks. Yeah, these were bound to be mine. I'm gonna order another set of this. There's no way that I can't. They're too pretty. All right, you guys, that's it. I'm cutting myself off. Have a great rest of your day. There is a review of these guys coming up tomorrow, so stay tuned for that if you're interested. Please subscribe if you're new. Otherwise, thanks for taking the time to watch today, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care. Bye.